Hey guys. Sorry, I know it's been like close to 2 weeks since I've like updated or said anything about what's going on. I started chemo yesterday. Just for the next day, I feel pretty okay today. I mean, I can notice little differences. My bladder feels a little more sensitive. My chest feels heavy, like feels like just like a weight on my chest. Just random little aches here and there. Not bad, just sore mainly. Um, I've been going through like an emotional roller coaster the last week or two, and I just honestly didn't feel like it was necessary to record that. It's just, you know, just dealing with a lot of stuff in my head. There was a thing that kind of triggered me, like maybe a week ago. Maybe a week and a half ago. I don't know. My memory is horrible right now. This really sweet girl that I've known for years, and she's always been really nice, and she still is really nice. She contacted me, was just like, "Hey, praying for you. I'm really sorry this is happening to you." And she even offered to have like a girls' night and like come to my house and bring people with her to have like a girls' night. For about the first like 4 seconds, that sounded just awesome. I was like, oh my god, I need a girls' night so bad. But then I thought about it and I was like, the girls that she would be bringing are her friends. They're not really my friends. They're acquaintances. They're people I've known, some for years. But I feel like she would literally have to twist their arms to get them to come out here, or they would all just say, sorry, we're busy, as in, sorry, we're too busy to come and spend a night with her because So I kind of steered the conversation away from that, and then she was like, well, let's just try to get together for like lunch someday or something. So, well, I feel more comfortable with that because if it's just me and her, then we have common ground. I feel like if she brings other people, like I said, they're her friends. They're not my friends. It's just a bunch of girls I was never that close with that, don't really ever try to talk to me or haven't said, oh, hey, I'm sorry you're going through cancer, or been sympathetic or anything. So I really highly doubt that they would come out here to spend a very awkward night with me, and I so very, very rarely get to talk to anybody that isn't my family or my husband, that when I do get to talk to somebody else, I just like word vomit all over them about like what's going on with me, because I don't get to talk to people. I don't, and that's not because of other people, it's because of me too. I don't know how to talk to people. I literally don't. I have like no friends. That's my own doing, though. That's, I can be funny, but I can't be funny all the time. It's hard to be funny right now. I cry like every day. It's just hard for me to be entertaining right now. I cry all the time. I don't know if that's necessarily because of just me being upset, me going through all this cancer stuff, me going through menopause, me having to come to terms with the fact that I could die. That's a real fun thought. I already have my funeral and cremation and everything planned out in my head. It's not good. Or my wake and cremation, whatever. I want to be cremated. I don't want to be put in a box in the ground. I'd rather be with my family, like on the shelf. At least I would be with them and not in a dark place surrounded by dirt, And for like the first time yesterday, I actually got to talk to some really nice women in my chemo room where we were all getting chemo together, and we were able to talk about stuff. I mean, I went through chemo and radiation before, but the state of mind that I was in, I didn't want to talk to anybody because I was trying to keep myself as happy as possible, as upbeat as possible. But seeing as how this whole thing is going to go on longer than I had anticipated, I just needed, I don't know, I feel more able to talk to people this time around. Last time I didn't want to talk to anybody. I would always have my headphones on or even be a little rude. I got cut off there, so sorry. But what I was saying was I met some nice women in the chemo room yesterday, and we got to actually talk about having all the same like symptoms and like side effects, and that was actually really nice because I hadn't had that before. I'm so used to trying to communicate to people what's going on, and they just have no grasp whatsoever because they don't have cancer. But it was nice to be able to talk about, you know, memory loss and, you know, losing all feeling in your feet or your hands, you know, having crap doctors in the past, having, you know, pain and just all that type of stuff. And that was nice to have somebody to be able to talk to about that understood. I've noticed a lot of people, I don't know if it's just I feel like people should be more, I don't know, I feel like people don't care about stuff as much. Like I went to a function recently where there was people that I hadn't seen in years, who in the past I would have considered them friends, or I guess they were more acquaintances. They were just kind of there. And when they found out that I had cancer, they were just kind of like, you know, about the whole thing. And I'm not expecting like you falling on your hands and knees and like just weeping. I'm not expecting anything like that. What I do expect is just a little bit of compassion and just a, hey, I'm really sorry. I hope you're okay. You know, I hope you're gonna do okay in the future. And I really didn't get that. And, you know, like, I don't want pity. I don't want anybody's pity. Like, that's not, I just want a hope you'll be okay, you know. And so that just kind of got me thinking, like, just, you know, that whole, I don't have any friends, I don't have people that, you know, care about me, that type of thing. And it was like a week or two ago, I actually told my husband that I was afraid that if I did die, nobody would come to my funeral, and that it was his job to make sure that people came. Because honestly, that's like, bothers me. But it's not anyone else's fault but mine, because I can't talk to people. I don't know how to talk to people. And, I don't know. I've always been that kid that felt like they got left out of all the fun. Like, there's, like, a No Jenna's club, and I'm not included, but everyone else is. I've always felt like that. So, I learned to deal with stuff in a different way. Be funny, or be the life of the party, or be overly flirtatious, or promiscuous. I'm telling you right now, none of that will get you anywhere. Just be yourself. Learn to deal with that, and you'll be fine. But don't try to be something that you're not because you think people will like you for it. They don't. But, I mean, like I was saying, I don't expect people to just, crawl on their hands and knees and tell me how sorry they are for me because I have cancer. Just, it affects me differently than some people because not everybody has had somebody close to them die because they've had cancer. There was a lady that was very close to me and my family, and in 2005 she died because of complications from her chemo, and so that's weighing very heavy on me, and I've never forgotten her, and it's still something that I have a very hard time dealing with, even before all this stuff happened. I mean, just for years I've had a hard time dealing with the fact that she died the way that she did, and it's always kind of affected me a little bit. I was closer to her than my grandparents, so when they died, it didn't have as much of an effect on me as it did her death. She was like a family member, but closer. I don't know if that makes any sense. I mean, not in the same way as like my parents or something, but she was almost just like another aunt or something, And I was very upset when she died because I didn't even know how sick she was. We knew she had cancer and it went away and then it came back, and what we heard and what my understanding was, and I don't even know if this is all the truth or whatever, but she had lymphoma, I think, towards the end, and they were giving her very aggressive chemo treatments, and somehow it hindered her from being able to breathe, and so she couldn't breathe on her own. She had to be put on a machine. She didn't want to be put on a machine, so she died. And it still affects me. And she was cremated, and it's just, it was all very sad. And I still miss her. So that's in the back of my head, and that's, that hits me and makes me think about, oh, well, if I die, I better have everything planned out so that my family knows what to do. I'm 31. I don't want to be thinking about this, but I have to think about this, and I hate that I have to think about it. And so, yeah, this is why I haven't recorded anything, because it would just be videos of me crying, and honestly, I'm sick to death of talking about cancer. So sick of it. Every other word that comes out of my mouth lately is chemo, and I hate it. But that is my life right now. That's what my life revolves around. This demon that nobody wants that's called cancer, and it's horrible. Satan. That's what it is. Anyway, I'm going to try to do another video in a couple days just to see how I'm doing after the effects of chemo. The second week might be a little worse, and they're going to have to give me some kind of medication that's like a nausea medication that stays in your body for a few days. Ugh. I just want to be able to eat. I feel at least hungry today. I woke up and had an Ensure and some Cheetos. My parents are going to get me some protein-rich food. So the chemo nurse was telling us protein, protein, protein yesterday. So I'm probably going to have some noodles and some tuna, and they're going to go to the store and get some more food for me. Fruit and whatnot, chicken. Healthy stuff, So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up, and I will see you guys in a couple days probably, hopefully. And bye.